one thing you need to do first is just check that the bolts behind the system are undone so that you can open it up. So to open the unit, these need to be hooked in on the front of the system. You'll find this hook here. Pull with a little amount of force, but not too hard. And one thing you want to do once you're finished is just check that the unit is solid, like pushing backwards and forwards. That ensures that all of the brakes and all the structural components within there are locked in place. So once the system is open, you need to check that everything is structurally sound. You need to check underneath the system. The best way to access that is to come down the side here to the curtains. Each one of the curtains is velcroed together. They rip apart for access and for safety should something go wrong with the system and the curtains get caught. So once we've pulled back the curtains on the side of the system, we can see under here these structural elements here are what we need to look at. It's good practice that once a unit has been opened, that you have a look underneath and just check that these are all down. That's the brake in its down position. That's it when it's not locked. They should all be like that. Providing they're like this, the unit is safe. You can see that there's no way for the system to move with that brake in place. Whereas if for some reason that brake has been locked up, the system can move backwards and forwards. So just check, they all look like that. Handrails can go in one way on the sides. Like so. And removed like so. You'll see there's an angled piece here, that is the back of the handrail, and the straight piece is the front of the handrail. You have a look here, the kicked leg on the back of the handrail goes towards this socket. On the sides of the handrails here, you'll see grub screws or bolts used to lock the handrails in place. We use a rattle gun, but they can be done by hand with a ratchet as per normal. Just like that. See, now the handrail becomes more solid than it was before. In the open position, the system is structurally sound, and that any load applied to the nose of the system is distributed through the tier below. Just loosen those off again. And lift the handrail out. The handrails get stored on their own trolleys, just like so. There's 2 handrail trolleys, each with 12 handrails on them. So on the back of tier 1, there is the locking mechanism which locks tier 1 and tier 2 together. This must be unlocked by pushing both sides to the left hand side prior to closing the unit. You'll know it's unlocked because you'll hear the clicking sound to signal it's unlocked. Unlock your levers on the front row. You can push evenly with 2 people on the front tier. Not so fast, but steady. It's important to note in the closed position that the retractable system is not to be used for sitting or for climbing on. Structurally, the unit has no support to distribute load in the closed position. Any load applied to it will damage the structural elements. Between closing the system and moving it around, we need to ensure that the system is locked using the holding bolts. These bolts are put in the corner of the retractable system, through this large hole here, into a threaded insert in the leg in front, and tightened. Once these are tight, you can pick the system up and move it around as you please. Once the unit has been closed and the hold together bolts have been put in the back, you can slide this into the front, centre the retractor. To lift the unit, the tab on the top needs to be pushed down so that the handle is all the way down. Then the unit can be jacked up until the system lifts off the ground. Once it's off the ground, you can pull it around with the aid of a couple of people, one on either end, to steady the system. And move it. Like so. Once you're in your achieved position, simply lift the handle evenly and slowly